Hi everyone, I'm Suchitra. So today I'm going to discuss our CS230 project professional growth meetup. So here is my meetup group which I attended. The name of the meetup group I attended was Apache Calcite Online Meetup, which was March 2023. Here is the link for that meetup group and some description about the group. So group information. The title of the meeting was adding measure to the calcite SQL. So actually, there are three parts in this meeting, which like three sub parts in the meeting. I attended two of them, which is like almost 1.5 hour nearly. But for this one, I'm mainly concentrating on the part one, which is adding measures to the calcite SQL, which is about 1 hour nearly, which was held virtually online on Zoom. Date and times are like Wednesday, March 15 from 11 to 2 p.m. PDT. It was hosted by Stamatis Z. So here is the presenters list. There is only one presenter for this one, part one, which is Julian. So I didn't get much information about him, but I got to know a little bit information about him, like where they work, where he do, what he do. Julian Heidi, he's an original developer of Apache Calcite and also he works for Haunton Works. Yeah. So the discussion was like what happened in the meetup was they were mainly discussing about the SQL syntax, comments and all. So in that session, original author Julian, he went through like how to use the SQL command and dimensions and all. So for them, for cross-dimensional calculations like period over period, percent of total, non-additive and semi-additive measures, he discussed everything. He gave a better idea about it, which we didn't knew. I mean, I didn't knew before. I got to learn so many things in this one. And they said enable metrics, which we refer to as measures, filter context, and analytic expressions. Apache Calcite has extended SQL. These ideas enable the definition of metrics containing data models, which refer to as analytic views, uh, like say their uses in queries and the definitions of new metrics in queries, etc. They discuss so many things like this. And so one of the question I discussed in the meetup was like I just asked a simple question about what are the different subsets of SQL. And then they said me this. A database subset is a subset of the database's records that have been transferred to another database. This group of records was chosen by building a database subset definition from the outcomes of the queries and sets. So, SQL commands come in five different subcategories: DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Yeah. So, the next question is what did you think? How did you like it? Was it good or bad? Honestly, it was so good. I learned a lot of things, seriously. They discussed about databases, SQL commands, and then they discussed this thing too. What I learned was like SQL is a language for relational database management systems. Claims ANSI, which means American National Standards Institute. I got to know that to change data on database or to obtain data from a database, SQL statements are employed, which is a main important thing. And also quick to construct complicated models and analysis, and with extensive data manipulation capabilities. SQL is a powerful tool. Yeah. Would you like to look for a different group or would you go again? Definitely, I would love to go again for sure. I think it will be helpful for my future. I can learn so many things if I do attend these kind of meetups. So, the next slide. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in this meeting, it was mostly about they're talking about SQL only. Julian had started discussing about some questions like see here. He discussed about data applications and he asked one question which was interesting. So, why do we author our more important data applications in language other than SQL if it is a universal language of data? He asked this an interesting question, and I got to know the answer is like because in a relational database, data is stored in tabular form, which is like rows and columns, denoting various data's qualities and the relationships between the values of those attributes. So Julian discussed these kind of things, and yeah, here is my Stack Overflow account. And the question I chose was, okay, what are the difference between a pointer variable and a reference variable? So last semester I took one of the course in which I needed to learn about the pointers and variables. So like as you know, pointers are widely used in C and C++ for three major reasons, like to allocate new objects on the heap, to pass functions to other functions, and to pass variables to other variables. To repeatedly iterate through data structure or array members. So I choose this question because I think it will be helpful for my future also to exactly know about the pointer, what the pointer was. And here is my GitHub profile. So GitHub is a programming resource that is becoming more and more well liked for code sharing. Many businesses and organizations utilize it is a social networking platform for programmers to streamline project management and teamwork. A platform for collaboration and version control is called GitHub. It enables remote collaboration on projects between you and other people. We learn about GitHub fundamentals like repositories, branches, commits, and pull request in this tutorial, which are the basics of the GitHub. GitHub is a cloud security aliens trusted cloud provider, which is in short called CSA or CAIQ, which means Consensus Assessment Initiative Questionnaire, is included on the CSA Star registry by GitHub. Yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys. Thank you.